dried hands, dirt, and the doctor happened to come into our place one day making his regular rounds of the buggy, and I can remember him, and I could have been probably 3 or 4 years old then. And he said, well, the best thing that he could recommend, he couldn't recommend any salve, we didn't have any salve, and he didn't carry all this stuff with him, is to have us pee on our feet. And I had a twin sister, and we'd both be outside, and of course whenever we'd have to pee, we got into that. But I thought it was just such a wonderful remedy, you know, where I could stand there and just pee on my toes and feel this nice warm, you know, when you're walking on near frozen ground. Now that was for the girls, I guess.
Well, we didn't have any all outdoor plumbing in the winter time, and we used to for chilblains.
Yeah.
And then my brother and I used to run around the block in the snow for chilblains.
Yeah.
I don't remember why we did it, but it must have been for chilblains.
What is chilblains?
See, she doesn't even know.
Don't think
Can you describe chilblains? Well, chilblains is when you've got cold feet. You come in from outside and your feet feel like they're freezing, and you put them in the oven, and it heats the outside of your skin, but your blood is still not getting down into your feet the way that it's supposed to. So your outside of your skin then will swell up. They'll swell up because they've been heated too fast, and they get itchy, and this will stay with you for years and years and years. I had them, I know, and you just drives you crazy. But outside of putting them in,
your heels were the worst part.
But outside of putting them in a pot, I found out that kerosene, the old kerosene treatment, was just good, or even gasoline, because then it would cool your feet off and make them shrink, and or cold water. It was,
well, we used to put our feet in the potty.
Herbs were very popular here years ago. You know, there was juniper and senna. All these things were popular because there was an abundance of it around here. They used to make juniper tea.
Juniper for your water, for bad kidneys.
Yeah, it was supposed to be good for rheumatism too.
That's right.
Remember the first medicine like salve that I can remember of. It would be in 1907, I think, or 8, and it was Hanford's Balsam of Myrrh. I can still remember that name because my older sister was carrying a cup of hot tea from the stove to the table, and I grabbed her, and I still got the scar here where it burnt, you know, and that's what they used to rub on it. And it used to hurt like the dickens, so I never forgot the name of that.
Laudanum, you take a cupful of molasses and then mix it with flour and make a kind of a paste, and it's good, it really works, but nobody uses it, eh? That's right, nobody uses it.
To the modern generation, one family's remedy for chilblains would appear strange, and yet another oddity came from Nova Scotia.
For a cold, you had the goose grease and molasses, and then you had poultices put on your chest. And if you had a sore throat, you had a salt herring wrapped up in red flannel and put around your neck. Salt herring wrapped in red flannel and wrapped around your throat. Doctors didn't prescribe those things. There was an old Indian that used to live out in the Shubenacadie Reserve, used to come into the city market on weekends. He had his own remedies too for a cold, made out of herbs, the trees. He used to call it Tantalite.
Drink hot water, that's what they give you for medicine. Boiling water, and all that kind of stuff, and different things. All that. When the measles was around when we were young, they used to tell us that, now what you'd hardly believe it, sheep dirt, the dry sheep should have steep like tea, for to drink that was good for the measles, they said. I don't know. They used to say it was good for the measles. Perhaps it was, but I don't know. I wouldn't like to drink it, I tell you the truth. I think I put up with the death of me. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. That's what they make, what they tell you themselves for medicines. There's no doctors. No, I'm only telling you the truth what it was.